Support Wrestle Talk!
See Wrestle Talk live in London by clicking the link below. Hello and welcome to the Wrestle Talk News. I'm Ollie Davis, and it's Thursday, so even Luke Harper knows what that means. It's a super news. So press the thumbs up and leave a comment down below because I'll be replying to people from out of nowhere when this episode goes live. And we've got a show more packed than Randy Orton's bag to Saudi Arabia today. He packed as soon as he heard the word allegedly. With what was going on with the McMahons behind the scenes at Evolution, the latest on WWE's stock price in the wake of Crown Jewel, and the announced controversial return of Hulk Hogan to WWE. But first, Jeff Jarrett's bald now. The WWE Hall of Famer and previous owner of a luscious head of hair. How you doing, sexy? Oh my god, it's Jeff Jarrett! Took on famed luchador Dr. Wagner Jr. at Sunday night's Heroes Immortalis 12 event for AAA in the Ultimate Mexican Stipulation, an apuesto match, which is where both wrestlers put either their hair or masks on the line. Not a hardcore match based around the potentially poisonous building material, but because Wagner lost his mask in his last apuesto match in August 2017, which he'd worked under since his debut in 1985. Both men's hair was put on the line, which Jarrett ultimately lost, and many are hailing the new look as very on-trend for Halloween. Showing very little respect for Jarrett, AAA's official Twitter account shared his new look with no fewer than 17 crying with laughter emojis. Someone else who once lost a hair versus hair match to the current president of the United States, no less, is Vince McMahon. Tenuous Vince McMahon segue! And there are conflicting reports over how much influence he had backstage at Sunday's Evolution pay-per-view. One of the major positives coming out of the all-female show was how different the production felt, with WWE opting for a different stage setup and even opening the main broadcast with some of that live rock and or roll music. So far, so NXT. Pro Wrestling Sheet, however, are claiming it was Vince McMahon, not Triple H and Stephanie, who ran the show backstage in the gorilla position just behind the entrance, as he normally would for main roster pay-per-views. Additionally, PW Insider have reported there was a pitch backstage to make the last woman standing match between Charlotte and Becky Lynch Evolution's main event. But Vince McMahon chose Ronda Rousey defending her Raw Women's Championship against Nikki Bella to close the show. PW Insider are now reporting, though, that while Vince was backstage in the gorilla position for Evolution, it's only said that he observed the event, which sounds eerily godlike, and it was actually the NXT production crew who ran the show. This is because the main roster team were already in North Carolina for the following night's Raw, who are the backstage team run by Kevin Dunn, the man responsible for how Raw and SmackDown's production looks, including overusing shots of individual crowd members. I mean, come on, I can't even see anyone there! Nauseating shaky cam, and people watching stuff at stupid angles. And PW Insider has an interesting theory about a backstage main roster and NXT feud because of it. It's been reported that there are two backstage factions in WWE, positioning themselves to run the promotion when Vince finally steps down. In the red corner, we have Vince's daughter and son-in-law, the ultimate power couple, Stephanie and Triple H, who have been steadily building a backstage team in NXT with the likes of ex-TNA producers Jeremy Borash and James Long. I mean, their shows are literally called Takeover. So that's not very subtle. In the blue corner, there's Vince's longtime right-hand man, Kevin Dunn, who has overseen WWE's production since the 80s, who is rumored to be close to the other McMahon child, Shane McMahon. As a result, PW Insider have speculated, remember, not reported as fact, so this should only be taken as an observation, that a reason why the Evolution pay-per-view didn't get much follow-up on Raw and SmackDown with the only bits being still image recaps and the post-show Ronda Becky Lynch angle, is because the Monday and Tuesday shows were produced by Dunn, and he might have viewed Sunday's event as being from the other team. But maybe that other team is exactly what the weekly main roster shows need, as Raw dipped again in the ratings despite coming off a pay-per-view the night before. Monday's episode only averaged 2.46 million viewers, down 3% from last week and continuing a record run of low ratings, with over 250,000 people turning off after the first hour. SmackDown fared slightly better, increasing a whole 1% of viewers from last week to a 2.11 million average. But far more important are your ratings. 62% of you thought this week's episode of Raw was average. I thought it was poor, while 64% agreed with Luke, giving SmackDown a smacktastic. In my opinion, the best thing on Tuesday's SmackDown and Sunday's Evolution was Becky Lynch, which brings us on to... This week, I tweeted Becky. Becky Lynch at Becky Lynch WWE is my favourite. I boo the woo for you, my beau. Straight up fire emoji, fist bump emoji, teacup emoji, woman with her hand up emoji. Please retweet. Much love. OD. Kiss. She hasn't replied yet. Not yet. Just a matter of time, though. She is my favourite. I said that in the tweet, so you know she should come back with something. I just because I've been recording this for a while. Maybe she's done something. I mean, I only tweeted her like yesterday, so give her a bit more time than that. You're such a heel, Becky. I'll be doing live fan-suggested tweets at Wrestle Talk's live show in London on Tuesday the 13th of November. The audience calls out who they want me to tweet, and we'll all write the message together. And that's not all. Luke Fakador and I will also be doing a meet and greet, a live on-stage Wrestle Ramble, and as the evening's main event, a wrestle-along screening of one of the best wrestling movies ever made, Beyond the Mat. It'll all be going down at the Prince Charles Cinema in London's Leicester Square. So fancy. So support Wrestle Talk and order your tickets now using the link below or by clicking the I above my head. And if it all goes well, maybe our next live event will be coming from the beautiful city of Riyadh. Good God Almighty, it's so progressive. Crown Jewel is but a day away of this recording, so happy Crown Jewel Eve, everyone! And WWE's attempt at controlling the PR narrative surrounding the controversial event is in full force. Head of the US Small Business Administration and Vince's wife, Linda McMahon, told TMZ Sports, "If you want to talk WWE, you're talking to the wrong McMahon. I don't run it and I'm not responsible for it. You gotta talk to Vince." Or Stephanie, Linda's daughter, who told Sky News, "Moving forward with Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia was an incredibly tough decision, given that heinous act. But at the end of the day, it is a business decision. Like a lot of other American companies, we decided that we're going to move forward with the event and deliver Crown Jewel for all our fans in Saudi Arabia and around the world. So it's both a business decision and for all the fans, the forefront of change." But the best and most honest reaction actually came from out of nowhere. From Randy Orton at the airport as he was preparing to board his flight to Saudi Arabia.
Homeboy, I got 5 kids.
Right.
I gotta go make that dollar. They want me in Saudi, I'm going to Saudi.
And when Randy was asked about John Cena pulling out of Crown Jewel in that interview, he replied, "Does he still wrestle? I didn't know he pulled out." Despite a recent drop in WWE stock valuation to just $66 a share, following the decision to continue putting on shows in Saudi Arabia, the price has now bounced back to $72.59. While this is down considerably since the $90 plus prices from a month ago, it's several times higher than their $25 a share they started 2018 with. But there is some light in WWE's cynically promoted progressive role in their relationship with the Saudi Arabian government, as despite no female performers being allowed to appear back at Greatest Royal Rumble, wrestlers and interviewers alike, Renee Young will be on commentary for Crown Jewel. Pro Wrestling Sheet are reporting WWE have been given the green light for Renee to be on the Crown Jewel announce team, and the promotion have been working to make this happen since September September, when Young joined Raw's commentary desk, which is actually the first bit of good news to come out of Crown Jewel. Maybe WWE's the forefront of change. Argument is right. They're slowly helping transition Saudi Arabia with incremental positive social change. This isn't about money or stock prices, it's breaking news! Hulk Hogan confirmed as Crown Jewel host. Oh god damn it, WWE! As if the multiple controversies surrounding Crown Jewel wasn't enough, with them not allowing female wrestlers on the show just several days after WWE's first ever all-female pay-per-view, not using Sami Zayn supposedly for being of Syrian descent for Greatest Royal Rumble, and the huge mainstream story of the Saudi government admitting to murdering Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi earlier this month. They've now added a man returning from a scandal where racist comments he'd made were leaked to the press. Parody account Vince McMahon Googling put it best, imagining the WWE chairman searching the internet for how to make a horrible situation even worse. After Hogan said in an interview published last week that he was looking forward to going to Saudi Arabia with the WWE, it was noticed yesterday that his image had suddenly appeared in the featured superstars section selling Crown Jewel tickets on their website. Several hours later though, Hogan's image disappeared. But then shortly after that, WWE confirmed to Pro Wrestling Sheet that the Hulkster wouldn't just be at Crown Jewel, he'd be the event's host. Yep, that's actually a pretty appropriate host for this show. Despite being reinstated in WWE's Hall of Fame earlier this year, following a 3-year hiatus after his racism scandal emerged, this will be Hogan's first appearance on WWE TV since 2015. And you could argue there's no better place for it. Remember the WWE European Championship? Relive its mid-card glory with our article ranking every European champion ever by clicking the link on screen now. And find out which top star just debuted in WWE by clicking the top left video. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.